Welcome everyone to the We Open Show, episode 34, our Jumpstart into Christmas episode. We got 4 packs of Jumpstart today. We're done with our advent calendar, done with Commander Legends. We got some Jumpstart to get to. Let's get to it. Alright guys, we got 4 packs today. We could have used them to play some Jumpstart games. Now these packs are interesting because they're 20 cards instead of 15 like a normal thing. They're kind of like the Commander Legends ones where it was like a precursor pack. These ones have a lot of basic lands in them because you're made to take 2 and just shuffle them together. And that's kind of like your sealed deck there. Now each one's built around a theme. And half of the excitement is what theme you get. And then the other half is which one of the theme you get, because there are different ones for different themes. So this pack, we got a Goblin theme. Alright. There's some really good Goblins in this. There's the Jumpstart only Goblin. Been shaking it up, wrecking Historic in Arena. Not wrecking, you know. Just crazy powerful when played on like turn 3. Alright, let's see what we got for our Goblins. Almost wish we could use these as like actual cards instead of just collectible things. Alright. The rare's in the front, so let's start in the back with all of our basics. Basic. And now the other cool thing about the Jumpstart packs is you have these Jumpstart exclusive lands with art for each theme. So this is our Jumpstart Goblin Mountain. Alright. Continuing through, we got our Thriving Bluff. If you're a poker player, you always want a Thriving Bluff. The Jumpstart Color Fixing. Coming through. Outnumber. Great damage based on how big your swarm is. Super thematic with goblins. Although the art could have used a goblin update. Ornery Goblin. When he blocks or becomes blocked, he deals that additional damage. Kind of 3 power without actually being 3 power. Goblin Shortcutter. Get your guys through. Goblin Instigator for your go wide swarm. That's our art from our Goblin token thing. Boggart Brute. A little more menacing than our Commander Legends Goblin. 3/2 for 3 is a little scarier than a 2/1 for 2. In my opinion, I don't know. Some of these menace flavors are kind of weak. Shock. Nice budget removal. Now the set was released with M21, so that's why you see some of these M21 lands, M21 cards. Goblin Arsonist. Great little intro thing. It's rough that Paper Magic wasn't really a playable thing this year. Otherwise this set would have been even a bigger hit. Volley Veteran. Damage to target creature and opponent controls equal to the number of goblins. That kind of Flame Tongue Kavu entered the battlefield removal effect. 4/2 for 4, great stats there. Makeshift Munitions, because Goblin Bombardment's too powerful to reprint, especially at uncommon. Goblin Commando, enters the battlefield, 2 damage to a creature. This one's a little rough. 5 mana, 2/2 with that 2 damage. It's soft. Alright. And now coming into our last cards. Goblin token. We've got a Beetleback Chief. 4 mana, 2/2 with 2 1/1 goblins. And our rare from the Goblin Pack is... There he is! Marx's Goblin Grandee! That's the one we're looking for out of the Goblin Pack. When it comes in, reveal the top 6 of your library. All goblin creature cards with conferred mana cost 5 or less from among them onto the battlefield, and the rest on the bottom in a random order. And when he attacks, he gets +1/+1 for each other goblin you control. He's crazy because he puts in goblins that put in other goblins. Him paired with things like your Beetleback Chief over here. Him paired with Siege Gang Commander. Him ramped out early by your Skirk Prospector. He's a crazy, guys. That's a good pull. Marks this Goblin Grandee in our Goblin Pack. Exciting start. Let's keep it going. Pack 2 Jumpstart. What do we got? Let's get it started. Let's get it started in here. I know I'm going to get hit with the copyright at some point. Predatory. Green set. Let's see if this is something beast themed. Mono green go big style. So we got a go wide pack, and now we got a go fat pack. Alright, starting off with our lands. Basic, 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 basic. And there's our predatory Jumpstart exclusive art land with the pretty elk there. You know, because all predators need some prey. Alright, let's get to it. Speaking of some beast, we got a Sylvan Brush Strider. 3/2 for 3, gain 2 coming in. Par for the course. Time to Feed, our art card from the Predatory pack token. Choose target creature an opponent controls. When that creature dies, you gain 3, and then target creature you control fights it. Hunt it down, eat it, and gain some life for doing it. Delicious. There we got a Thriving Grove. Again, the Jumpstart color fixers. These things are awesome. Marauder's Axe. Hunt them down, cut them down. Dawn Treader Elk. Something to be hunted by the hunters. This one ramps you up to your bigger stuff. Not as good as your blanking on the name. Sakura Tribe Elder. There you go. Because you have to pay the 1 green extra to activate it, but it still ramps you up. Stats aren't bad as a 2/2 for 2. Blanking on the name. Sakura Tribe Elder. Wow, that card's a staple. This card's not a staple. Crushing Canopy. 3 mana for choose 1. Either a plummet or a disenchant. That's a little too much for that effect. But in a limited sealed format like what Jumpstart is meant to be, it's good enough. Sabertooth Mauler. This guy is fantastic. The beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, put +1/+1 counter on it and untap it. Plays offense, plays defense. Lets you be a little more aggressive in combat because he'll come back to defend you. One of those M21 cards. Truffle Snout, continuing with our M21 cards. Either or. 3 mana 3/3 or 3 mana 2/2 gains 4 life. Fair enough. Irresistible Prey. Target creature must be blocked, and it cantrips for a draw card. Continuing along. Brindle Show. 2 mana 1/1 that when it dies gives you a 3/3. Starts off underwhelming. Gets a little over aggressive. Not bad as the 3/3. Mediocre as the 1/1. But the 2 bodies is where it shines. Somberwald Stag. When he comes in, you may have it fight target creature you don't control. 5 mana 4/3. Getting a little aggressive with it. Alright, coming into the end of it. We got a Fungal Rebirth, M21 uncommon, recurring your permanent cards, and if a creature died, you get 2 Saprolings when you do it. And our rare. Who do we got for the predatory rare? We got the legend here too. Nihilith of the Dire Hunt. Fight Club leader, Tyler Durden himself. When one or more creatures you control fight or become blocked, draw a card. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay 2 and a red-green hybrid. If you do, double target creature's power until end of turn, and it must be blocked, which will draw you the card. Fantastic, fantastic legend. Great flavor on that guy. Alright. Those were a couple good packs. We still got 2 more. Red and green for Christmas time. Let's see what else we got. Can't think of a copyright song for this pack while we open. Sing joyful Christmas songs. We got a Dragon Pack. Interesting, interesting. Who are we looking for in dragons? Now, the art on this land, if I remember correctly, is kind of like it references dragons a little bit, but it's kind of subtle. It's a dragon shadow. Let's go through. All right, we got our M21 basics. And there's our Jumpstart land. There's the Dragon land, Dragon Mountain. Dragon shadow on the mountain. It's pretty. It's always a little rough that there was only one of those lands in each of these packs, so you had to get multiples of the same random pack to collect like a deck's worthy of the lands if you like the art. Thriving Bluff, starting off with our color fixing, same as out of the Goblins. Sarkhan's Rage, Dragon's Matter removal, 5 damage to any target, but you take 2 if you have no dragons. A little bit of an upgrade over Lava Axe, that can hit anything, and at instant speed, but with the risk of must have a dragon. Lightning Shrieker, Flying Trample Haste, and then it shuffles into the deck at the end step. Kind of hit them and quit them. Dragon Hatchling, 2 mana 0/1, that the ability is common, known as Fire Breathing, after the card it was printed on. Pay a red, +1/+0 till end of turn. Great card, but if it gets blocked by anything, it will splat. Dragon Fodder, Goblin Matter card. Literally get you those groundlings to block till you can get your dragons going. 2 mana for 2/1/1 goblins. Furnace Whelp, a little bit bigger than your Dragon Hatchling. It's grown up a little bit. Now it's a 4 mana 2/2 that still breathes some fire. Still a baby though. All those Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there, Joey Wheeler's baby dragon. Alright, let's keep going. Dragon Lord Servant, another goblin, but this one makes your dragon spells cost 1 less, so that's why it fits in here. Draconic Roar, more removal. Does its 3 damage to a creature regardless, and if you control a dragon or reveal a dragon as you cast it, hits the controller for 3 as well. Awesome, awesome splash damage card. A Raptious Dragon. Looks like it costs 5, but it pays you back 2 of your mana with treasure tokens. 5 mana 3/3 flyers, merely average, but I ain't gonna complain about it. Hellkite Punisher, 7 mana 6/6 flyer. Look at our dragon all grown up and big and bad. 7 mass, 6/6 fire breathing. That'll get them dead. Alright, coming into the end of our dragons. We got a rare Gadrak, the Crown Scourge. Nice, it's one of the double rare Jumpstart packs. Flying Gadrak, the Crown Scourge can't attack unless you control 4 or more artifacts. At the beginning of your end step, only triggers on your turn. You get a treasure token for each non-token creature that died this turn. Usually you're going to, sacrifice your own stuff or run it in on combat. Ideally, it triggers when you use a removal spell to get one of your opponent's blockers out of the way. Awesome card, flavorful card. Tough to utilize to the max, though. And our other rare, a Lathless Dragon Queen. Fresh out of her printing in, M20, guys? Lathless the Dragon Queen, or was it M19? Whenever another non-token dragon comes in, brings a friend, and gives all of your dragons the pump when she breathes the fire. 6 mana, 6/6 is aggressive. Alright, nice pack, double rare pack. And our last one for the night. Let's see. We went red, green, red. We're going to get another green. We're going to be truly Christmassy. Maybe we can get something, I don't know, a white one. Make it a little classic Christmas, red, green, white. Who knows? Let's see. Ooh, we got spooky. Alright, so we got some Jund going in our Jumpstart. Spooky. Let's see what Halloween, what nightmare before Christmas we get out of the spooky pack. Alright. Flip through our basics. Basic. There's a moonshine on a graveyard. Spooky pack. Alright. Let's see what spooky cards. I love that Avacyn theme too. You can tell it's on Innistrad because of all the Avacyn collars on the tombstones. Alright, let's get to it. Start off with the Thriving Moor. All them colorful oil slicks producing off-color mana. Looks like some lotuses growing out of there. Looks like you got some, interesting garden foliage on your moor. Sanitarium Skeleton. That's a spooky one. Keeps coming back to your hand whenever you pay 3 mana when it's in the graveyard. 1 mana, 1/2 is a little above curve stat-wise. Not a terrible card. Plague Drusulka. Great sacrifice outlay. Kills the weak ones. Scales higher too. This card was awesome back in the day of Standard. Those aggressive red-black decks utilized it very well. Finishing Blow. 5 mana instant. Creature or Planeswalker gone. Clean removal. Dutiful Attendant. 3 mana, 1/2. When it dies, you get a little bit of a Gravedigger effect. Return another target creature from your graveyard to the hand. Interesting that he's a human warrior. Looks like he's gonna, get himself eaten by a dragon. A little flavorful. Khans of Tarkir, Dragons of Tarkir flavor. Cage Zombie with our M21 cards. 3 mana, 2/3. That if a creature dies, you can activate them to get each opponent for 2 life. Gives it a pseudo unblockability. Creatures are popping into the graveyard. The fact that you can leave them back as a blocker, trade something, and then hit them anyway. A little bit of value engine there. There's our spooky card, our Crypt Lurker. Enters the battlefield, you may sack a creature or discard a card. If you do, draw a card. 4 mana, 3/4s. about par for the course. The fact that you can use like a black looting effect. Fantastic, fantastic limited card. Doesn't really have a home in Constructed though. Liliana's Devotee. Zombie lording, but not a zombie himself. But when your creatures die, you can zombie them up. Well, not them, but replacement. Alright, continuing along. We got a Grizzle Grinner, fresh out of Cold Snap. When a creature dies, he grows, and it's anyone's creatures. Yours or your opponent's will pump him. 5 mana 3/3 that often comes in, bigger. Awesome reprint there. Eternal Taskmaster. Comes in tapped. When he attacks, you can pay 3, 2 and a black. If you do, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. 2 mana 2/3 is fantastic stat-wise, and that reusable Gravedigger effect, sometimes, like if you got the mana to sink into it and you got the cards to bring back, great late game engine. They're usually going to look to get them off the battlefield sooner rather than later. Bone Picker for that Amonkhet reprint. Costs 3 less if a creature died this turn to give you some flipped Delver of Secrets stats. 1 mana 3/2 as opposed to a 4 mana 3/2. Flying Death Touch. Awesome reprint. And then coming along into the end of our spooky pack, we got a Malefic Scythe, M21 reprint. Scales bigger as the creatures it's equipped to die. Makes each next holder bigger and more powerful. And our rare is the Black Market. Nice reprint. When a creature dies, it gets charge counter, and at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, add a black mana for each charge counter on Black Market. Make sure you always have your mana to spend to do the things you do, bringing the stuff back. Great engine to the late game. Would pair well with our dragons. Would be okay with goblins. That would be an interesting 4-pack to play, to choose 2 to build the deck out of. Alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed our jumpstart into the holidays. As always, thank you for watching, support your local game stores, and we'll see you tomorrow night.